at the bottom of the ocean. Don't know if I'll make it back home.
What's good, big dog? What's good? How's everybody doing? I'm gonna turn this down because I guarantee you it's loud in the fucking mic. It's shit. It's just been very hot in my apartment. I've been cleaning all damn day. Finally got my washer fixed. My landlord finally fixed that shit, so I'm happy about that. But today our stream's gonna be a little bit different. We might jump into a game later tonight. But we are going to be doing something a bit different today. We are going to be having a debate. If you follow me on TikTok, then you know I've been doing a little bit of a series where I put Ben 10 versus various other pop culture characters. Right now we've been doing mainly anime. There's only 3 people we put up against him so far, but there's a lot of videos on it. Like technically Goku's the first one I did. You know, go big or go home with the first episode. It's gonna be 2 episodes, and then I found somebody on TikTok defending Goku. He said he found someone who was saying Ben 10 would win. I thought it was me. It was so, it seems egotistical, I know, but it was so in line. Like I had just uploaded Ben 10 versus Goku, like just uploaded it, like the other day, and then the next day, you know, he says, I found someone saying Ben would beat Goku, and here's why Goku would win. So I then made another 10 parts saying why I think Ben 10 would fight Goku, and the reason it was 10 parts because I was going over everything Ben could do with that Omnitrix. How the Omnitrix worked, how his aliens worked, how getting new aliens worked, stuff like that. And then he jumped in DMs, was like, yo, you're not the guy I watched, but there's some points that you forgot about involving, I should probably put this closer to my mouth as well. There's some points you missed about Dragon Ball lore. So I was like, alright, bet. I'm willing to debate on this. So we got together, we got into DMs on Discord, and we are currently going to be live streaming it. He's going to be live streaming it on his thing. I don't know what he's going to be live streaming on. I think he's going to be live streaming on Spoon? I think he's going to be live streaming over there. So, he's going to have his audience. Hopefully my audience comes through. I doubt it. Even my mods don't come in on Saturdays. They never do. So, we got that. We got that going for us. And, let's see. What is... Okay, Me6 finally decided to pop in and say, hey, he's streaming. Me6 is very delayed. I might look for a new bot. But yeah, I'm about to message him right now. Tell him I'm ready. Let's see. Oh, hello, phone. Okay, that's just tell me. People post their stories on Snapchat. Oh, he's typing. I was about to type. He just typed. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you if you're saying anything. Little green thing's indicating that you're talking, but I can't hear you. Okay, here, let's do this. Get into a call on my server, and I'll drag you into the streaming channel. That might work. See if that doesn't work. Alright, we're gonna see if this doesn't work. Hopefully it does. We should have tested this. Hello? No, it still can't hear you. Here, hang on. Maybe it's something to do with my Discord settings. Hang on. Can you try something now?
Can you hear me now?
Ah, there we go! Ha ha ha! It turns out I was the fuck up.
I was about to pull out my gaming headset. Oh, that's turned the wrong way around.
There we go. Ha ha ha!
Headset and plug it in with a USB-C to aux.
No, it turns out my shit was fucked up. So to get this set up to work, I'm streaming on Twitch, and if I have my camera on, or if I have my OBS on, I can't. It doesn't link up with Discord because it's reading OBS. Same vice versa. So I had to plug in my second webcam, and for some reason it just swapped my audio back over to it. So I was telling the stream that this was pretty much just made up on the spot. Like, literally, like, we were just you just DM and it was like, hey, let's have a debate. I was like, bet.
Because, a while back, I was scrolling through TikTok, and I found this one dude. He was, like, completely bald in the head, had a really long brown beard.
Yeah.
It was just how every single one of Ben's alien could solo Goku, and he's got over almost 500 fucking like videos of just that, and I just had to make like something like, hey, wait, hold the fuck up. I think
Yeah.
you're downplaying Goku a little too hard.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's like, I would say this. I think Ben could win, but not with any just any alien. And I plan to get into that during this debate. That's why I made the video, because like when I found your video, it was like the day after I had posted my reasoning why Ben could beat Goku. So I thought I was the guy you were talking to. It sounds egotistical, but it was like it lined up so perfectly. But
I was just sitting on the porch. It was raining. Scrolling TikTok, got bored. Just saw that one dude. Decided to post my own videos of the reasons why Goku could win, and I got for the next week straight. I just got the same people going up and down the same arguments, debunking, and whenever it came to the point where they were just like Alienx, that's that. I'm trying to tell them like ways that Goku could be Alienx, or that Alienx may be really powerful, but not like super mega tier omnipotent god level like they think he is.
So I believe that. So there's two reasons why I think Ben could beat Goku, and I'll talk about that during the debate. But I did want to set some ground rules based on an even fight and where we get our sources, right?
Okay.
So
with my sources on Dragon Ball, I'm using Daizenshu's, which are guidebooks in other languages to help people in like Spain, Mexico, and like Spanish-speaking countries understand it better, because they didn't get the original Dragon Ball; they just jumped straight to Z.
Yeah.
I'm getting quotes from the anime, and the way that like the anime stuff works, it's everything you hear is real until proven otherwise or said different by a smarter or more experienced character. So like in Z, Grand Kai said the Potara earrings fusion is permanent. There's no way to revert it other than like magic or wishing on the Dragon Balls. Later that was disproven by Gowasu, who's an even older Supreme Kai of a different universe, who said if a mortal is or if it's two mortals, it's an hour. If there's even a single like god or Kai in there, it's permanent. Yeah.
So the way I've been doing it is that I'm putting current Ben, which is like our Ben Prime, versus Super Goku to the Broly movie. And I was gonna say the manga. I know there's a manga that's going on after that. I would argue that manga should be taken with a grain of salt, because it's like GT. Yes, GT got the anime, but Toriyama was not involved with GT. Same with the manga.
Yeah, because the manga, I think it was the Universe 6 and 7 tournament, it split off.
Yes.
There were differences, but after that it split off.
Yes.
That's the reason why everybody loves the like Goku Black arc. And then after that, Akira Toriyama had nothing to do with it.
Yes, so in my mind, I think that in the manga, unless Akira Toriyama says this is canon, this is actually happening, the manga should be left to the side.
The only thing Akira Toriyama has said is going to be canon in the next like season or series of Super that's coming out that's already in the manga is that Granola is going to be even stronger than he is in the manga, and the fact that in the manga the Zenkai boosts don't work anymore.
Okay, so for the sake of this debate, I think we should take the manga out of discussion with the debate. Is that a fair statement?
I was going to go with like right after Tournament of Power, like right before the Broly.
Okay, I would argue include the Broly movie, because the Broly movie is canon.
I know it's canon, but there's like barely even a power up for like Goku and Vegeta in that movie. Because even when they like fuse into Gogeta afterwards, Goku straight up says, if I wanted to kill you, I could, but you're more on the level of somebody like Beerus. Because at that point, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku was on par with Blue Evolution Vegeta, and he beat Toppo, which was a god of destruction in training, who went god of destruction mode and became, quote, stronger than Beerus.
Yeah. And another thing I was going to say, I'm going to say that the two, Goku and Ben, are in a set universe, or whatever you want to call it, to where neither get a buff and neither get a nerf. Because that'd be like putting Superman and Superman and Batman against each other. Superman has a kryptonite necklace and Batman has the Green Lantern ring. That's not a fair fight. So
my rules were it's not death battle. They don't have to fight till the death. But if they want to, they can. But knowing their personalities, they want to keep it with them.
So
they're probably not on.
They're probably not on the line. As long as neither of which think that the other is a threat to survival. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
However, I would say that...
Frieza, and Frieza was trying to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Goku, he's an idiot, but he's a nice person.
Whereas Ben, if Ben were to fight Frieza, he'd be like, nope, you're gone. We can't risk you, you're gone. So, I have two reasons. One is more reliable than the other one. So I'm gonna go with the first one first, if you don't mind me going first.
Yeah.
So one argument people have is that Goku's an alien and the Omnitrix can get alien DNA.
Yes, the Omnitrix can get alien DNA, and I was getting this question a lot. Won't he turn into Broly or the prime example of a Saiyan?
So,
won't turn into Broly, because Broly, as far as we know, is a mutation. He's abnormal.
Yeah, he's abnormal.
He has the ability to bring his great ape, primal power into a Super Saiyan.
Yes.
So that'd be more something the Ultimatrix could do.
So...
But, example of a Saiyan without God Ki is still weaker than Ultimate Gohan in Z. Because Ultimate Gohan had the most potential out of any half Saiyan, and he was stronger than Super Buu, but not as strong as Buhan.
Yes.
And Goku at this point could just slap the shit out of him.
Yeah. So my argument with that is, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, we have never truly seen a Saiyan in its prime because they just keep getting stronger. Because the way the Omnitrix works, it takes that alien and puts it, the prime, this is as strong as this thing can get. Saiyans, to my knowledge, because I've seen the main chunks of Z. Long story short, my mom protected me a lot when I was a kid from shows like Z, and she didn't think them suited for a kid. So I wasn't allowed to watch it. I didn't know Super Saiyan 3 Goku and regular Goku were the same person until I was 18. So I didn't get into Dragon Ball Z until I turned 18. And I watched the main fights, so correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, a Saiyan just keeps getting stronger. There's not really a limit.
A Saiyan's prime, although it's not completely confirmed yet, but according to Akira Toriyama, is a Saiyan full of S cells, which, as we know now, is the reason they can go Super Saiyan. And we know from the manga what Akira Toriyama said, that Saiyans can indeed run out of Zenkai boosts, which are if you're near death and you recover, you get a substantial power up.
Yeah.
And we know that Goku, when he fought Beerus for the first time, even though Saiyans are limit breakers, they're known for breaking past their limits, Goku was on King Kai's planet complaining that he couldn't get any stronger. And even during his fight with Beerus, who sent him through the planet and beat him up a lot, he didn't get much stronger from that. So and Vegeta started realizing his own limits at the end of Z2, realizing that he couldn't even go into Super Saiyan 3, which now we know that he probably can, but doesn't want to.
There's no point.
Yeah, so as far as we know, the prime of a Saiyan would be Goku at the beginning of Battle of Gods. Super Saiyan 3, super strong. That one, it's kind of hard to say exactly where he is, because it's been a few years after the end of Z.
Yeah.
And he's going against a god. So the only person we can compare him to is the adult Goku in GT, for how strong he is, even though that's not him. And we know that Goku in Super Saiyan 1 was saying, or when he was fighting with somebody, said that person was as strong as Kid Buu. So times 100 times 4 to that, if that Goku went Super Saiyan 3, he's definitely stronger than Buhan, who was the first universal character in Dragon Ball. Which I'll get on to how the Dragon Ball universe works, because being universal in Dragon Ball is actually being multiversal everywhere else.
Right.
Because the Dragon Ball universe is absolutely huge.
Yeah. So, my argument was, and this is why I say like it's a big argument, because we like I said, you haven't seen one in its prime, but as you say, the closest we've seen to a dragon or to a Saiyan in its prime would be Goku in the Battle of Gods. And the way the Omnitrix works is that whatever that species knows how to do, Ben also knows how to do. That's how he knows how to use Swamp Fire's abilities to heal people with reattached limbs and mess with their nerve systems. That's how he knows how to use Jet Ray's laser beams. That's how he knows how to use Brainstorm's electricity, stuff like that. So when Ben goes into that Saiyan form, he would immediately know how to go into Super Saiyan 3. Like, just...
Yeah, it might take a little bit of effort, unless if he scans the universe 6 Saiyans, because all of them are prodigies who can just do it about, like, thinking of bubbles in their back.
Yeah, and the way... So,
he'll have a substantial amount of S cells, so he would be able to do it easily as long as he, like, realizes how to do it and how to go in and out.
Yeah.
Because the first time you go Super Saiyan, you can't really control it that way, even if you have a ton of S cells.
So, the newest Omnitrix, the one that Ben currently has, that weird white one, to my understanding, is that Ben will immediately know how to use said alien, and unless there's a, like, for example, he wouldn't be able to go Super Saiyan God, because that's a ritual you have to do, you can't just go into it. So long as that alien species can go into a form, and they know how to do it, because at one point in time the Saiyans had to know about how to go to Super Saiyan. So long as they at one point in time knew how to do it, Ben will know how to do it. However, like you said, at that point, if you're putting Dragon Ball Z Goku at the Battle of Gods versus Ben as the Prime, that's as strong as Ben is, but that is nothing to Blue Kaioken or anything like that. It's nothing.
It's not even anywhere near God. The first time we see a God transformation, Goku was going from like a little bit stronger than Buhan, who's universal, to somebody who, quote from Elder Kai, was a threat to the universe in just 5 punches. And you can see those waves in the anime. They are just like, they get faster and more powerful as they go out, and they are like disintegrating planets.
Yeah.
In the universe, and going up to the Supreme Kai planet, which is a planet as big as the universe itself.
So
that was just getting bigger, longer, faster.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Now, this is not going to count toward the fight, because again, we're not giving him prep time. If Ben had prep time, I guarantee you Goku would be like, "Oh shit, you can turn into a Saiyan? Here, let me show you this cool thing." And he would let him turn into a god, but we're not giving him prep time. If we're putting
prep time first, because I mean, if a lot of people ask me, what if I used Ben at the end of Ultimate Alien with the Ultimatrix with like every single alien on it, and I had to explain how, like, even according to the Omniverse's writer, there's only like 3 or 4 more aliens stronger than Alien X, and he hasn't unlocked them. But if I was bringing that Ben, or like Ben Ultimate Ben 10K, I'd be making them fight Infinite History Goku, who is a Goku who can easily go into Ultra Instinct Master, which is the white hair.
Yeah.
And was going up against a character in the video games universe too, your CAC, your created character, who at that point has absorbed the energy of 6 dimensions or timelines worth of Dragon Ball Universe's powers, and he almost won.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I would say if he had Ultimatrix against Goku, scanned him and went into an Ultimate Goku, where Goku was put in the most harsh conditions for 1,000,000 years and forced to evolve, I would say Ben would win. Because he would probably unlock like a Super Saiyan 10 or some shit that's even stronger than God Ki.
The weird thing is that, and I was talking to somebody about this not too long ago, is how the Ultimatrix would affect a Saiyan. Because the Ultimatrix puts a species in like thousands of millions of years of like war.
Yeah.
But the Saiyans themselves have been going billions and billions of years as a warrior race.
Yeah.
That's planets to death.
I would imagine I would imagine the start would just be like, imagine you put Goku in like the end of Super. Hit the most harsh conditions for him would just be a planet full of Jirens.
Yeah.
That's what I would imagine.
Yeah, which at that point he'd probably figure out how to like stay in Mastered Ultra Instinct forever.
That's not a genetic thing. Anybody can do Ultra Instinct. I'm talking genetically what Saiyans can do.
Genetically, what Saiyans do, it would push his Zenkai to the absolute limit. And even if he was like immortal and still getting hurt, the way that like Dragon Ball immortality works is if you're put on the verge of death or like you lose an arm or something, that shit can just regenerate. And the only people who can kill immortal beings are people with destruction energy or Hakai energy, which are the gods of destruction like Beerus and Katilla and all the other 10 of them.
Right. So, by this point, we have agreed that Ben getting Goku's energy, I would agree. I said in my initial argument, I used Broly as the prime example. Because I would say it's possible for Goku and Vegeta to be as strong as Broly. Broly base form was getting beat to death by Vegeta using God 1. So that's why I use Broly as an example. However, if I didn't think of Broly just being a mutation, because he is an odd one.
Because he was showing those mutations from birth. Like, he was showing a level bigger than Prince Vegeta.
I did say that I would leave Legendary Super Saiyan out because that's just a Broly thing, but a regular Super Saiyan Broly, before he goes in Legendary in the movie, I would say that's fair game.
Because in the movie, he has Super Saiyan, Rage Super Saiyan, and then Ikari form, which is the green-haired one.
Yeah.
Which isn't known as any type of Super Saiyan at the moment other than Ikari form or Ikari Super Saiyan, which literally means utmost rage.
Yeah.
And each form is where he gets buffed but still has the yellow hair, and he can go Super Saiyan while still not getting super buffed.
Right. So we agree on that. We'll use Goku and the Battle of Gods movie as our base for a Saiyan in its prime. So in that sense, unless Goku allowed Ben to become a god, which in this instance we're not saying he will, he cannot beat Goku. Because Goku he has God form, he has blue, he has Kaioken blue. I would argue you could say Ultra Instinct, but he has not at this point in time mastered it. So
he hasn't. But if say he gave Ben the God form, or for some reason if he scans Goku, the God form comes with and makes him the absolute prime of that, and puts him on a level of like Jiren or higher, his Ultra Instinct kicks in when he's like nearly about to faint. And it's taking like all the energy in his body to get him.
Yeah. So I would say that he can't just go into it willingly. So that's why in my argument, if you can't go into it willingly, then I take it out of the debate altogether. That's why I didn't take Alienx out of it, which is my next argument. So Alienx, I think, is the only way Ben could beat Goku. That is the only thing Ben has that beats Goku. That's the only reason. If he were to go Heat Blast, Goku beats him. All he has to do is clap and he puts him out. He goes Swamp Fire, Goku's Ki Blast can cause fire. He go anything Goku could stomp out other than Alienx. So the reason I say that is because Alienx has been proven energy attacks do not work on him. So by Dragon Ball's definition, Ki Blast is just raw energy put into an attack.
There's different kinds of energy in Dragon Ball. There's Ki, which is fighting energy. There's Genki, which is life energy. Kai Ki, or just Kaioshin, which is creation energy, which is what the Kais use to like create beings or planets or universes.
Yeah.
And then there's Kai Ki, or Hakaioshin, destruction energy, which is literally created to destroy anything created by Kaioshin.
Yeah. So Goku, like Kamehameha, what version of that would you say What would that be categorized under?
The Kamehameha would be it can be classified under Genki if he absorbs Genki, which is what's used for the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah.
But it's typically Ki. In GT, for some reason, it uses something different that not even the Kais knew of when he used times 10 and it turned red.
Yeah.
That some people called death energy. But that's kind of neither here nor there because that's GT.
Yeah.
But that would be yes. But that's what a lot of people were trying to use was the Alienx reflects or is invulnerable to energy attacks. And I had to remind them that Goku is a martial artist and he rarely, even though you see in fights he uses Ki blasts and Kamehamehas, he rarely uses those compared to his punches and kicks.
Yeah, I agree on that. He's a martial artist. He very rarely does he use them if he has to. But I'm saying in the moment comes he has to. You know that scene in the Broly movie where Broly went up and grabbed him from the Kamehameha? That's essentially what Alienx would do. It does nothing.
Because there's been people that have done that before, like Kale in the Tournament of Power. She just walked through it.
Yeah.
And he was in blue.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Akira Toriyama made it weird. Because in blue, you can power yourself down more than you can in your base form. So he can control his energy a lot more in blue. So if he went blue, he could decide, oh, I want to only be as strong as a Super Saiyan, but be using God Ki.
Yeah.
Which is very weird. And that's how they explain Kale being able to go through that and Broly being able to go through that, was that he wasn't using all the energy he was capable of. But yeah, I see how Alienx would do that.
Yeah. And to go in on the martial arts part of Goku, Alienx is also invulnerable to physical attacks, unless dealt by another omnipotent being. So I would say someone like Beerus, for example, his blows would probably do something. For Alienx, so the best example I can give is Superman's skin is as hard as concrete. If you and I were to punch Superman and he makes his skin as hard as he can, we'd break our hands. That's the equivalent of what Alienx can do, but he doesn't weaken his skin ever.
Yes. As for Beerus isn't omnipotent. Nobody in Dragon Ball is omnipotent yet. Not even the Omni King, because there's 2 of them right now.
Yeah.
And even though they're the only ones who have been shown to erase universes, timelines, and all that, people like Whis, who are considered the be-it-all knowledge in Dragon Ball, the angels, they are stronger than the gods of destruction. And Whis said that Beerus could destroy every Dragon Ball universe. Because if you remember the Battle of Gods, Beerus was only in 5 to 7% that entire fight.
Yeah.
And Goku and him were exchanging blows, which were, tearing the universe apart.
Yeah.
Him being angry at Champa in the same room had the exact same effect.
Yeah.
So if he's 5 to 7%, times that by 12, that's all the universe is gone. And that's just by inference.
Yeah.
And that's not even full power. And Goku, at the time of this Tournament of Power, is as strong or a little bit weaker than Beerus in his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. At least according to how him and Vegeta level up, and Vegeta is compared to Toppo since he beat him.
Yeah. So
Goku sitting there in Super Saiyan God or whatnot. I know that Alienx took the disintegration of a universe.
Yes.
So Goku at the beginning of Super in Battle of Gods with the God Ki, he probably will barely even put a scratch on Alienx, yeah. But a lot of people who don't watch Dragon Ball forget that it's not just their transformations that are getting stronger, it's their base form as well.
Yeah.
Because after the Super Saiyan God ritual, Goku's normal Super Saiyan was as strong as that Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
So him going 2, 3, God in the manga and Tournament of Power, because it was kind of weird how one was using God and one wasn't until that point. And then Blue Kaioken and won. Because even when he got to the Universe 6 and 7 tournament, him and Vegeta were fighting in the hyperbolic time chamber for 3 days, which means 3 years worth of training. And he got to the utmost part of Super Saiyan Blue he could reach, and then realized he could go further with Kaioken.
Mm-hmm.
So he's 3 years stronger than he was in Battle of Gods during the Universe 6 and 7 tournament, which is quite a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's since you can see like Goku going from destroying the universe in 5 punches to moving faster than time itself.
Yeah. I actually looked into that because, you know, the whole thing with one argument people have with Alienx is that he can reverse time.
Yeah.
And Hit, who can freeze time, to my understanding, Goku at the beginning was able to predict when Hit would flinch and be able to hit him before he flinched, before he was able to activate it.
Dispo was able to do that. He was able to hear the muscles that Hit was flinching with, and was able to predict when he'd be able to use the time skip and use his own speed to go and punch Hit. Goku wasn't fast enough to react to that. But after watching Vegeta be beaten up, he knew the trick behind Hit's time skip and was able to overcome it by tensing up his muscles before he thought that Hit was going to strike. Now, Hit's time skip, although like it stated to freeze time, like, and put Hit in another dimension where time doesn't move at all except for him.
Yeah.
In real life, that would be him moving at infinite speed, which would give him an infinite mass.
Yeah.
So if we were using real life logic, if Goku is going faster than infinite speed, or as fast as Hit, even though he was going slow in the time skip, which wasn't as fast as Hit, during that, he would have had an infinite mass, which would have absolutely obliterated everything. But because it's Dragon Ball logic, that's just a normal punch.
Yeah.
But
So,
Hit's speed is way greater.
yeah. And the way I'm putting this debate is like the logic between the two are together. So like Goku matching that speed, it wouldn't just implode everything. So because that fight still to this day kind of gets me confused on what exactly in the hell happened, because
In the manga and in the anime, things are weird.
Yes.
Because in the manga,
Hit just kept getting faster. Like, I looked at that. Hit just kept getting faster and faster and stronger and stronger.
Hit in the manga kept getting faster and stronger because he can only freeze time for like 1/4 of a second.
Yeah.
In the anime, he's able to extend that time instead of getting faster and stronger, because he was already a speedster that like Vegeta could barely keep track of before using time skip. Well, in the manga, Goku overpowered Hit and was like stronger than him, so it allowed him to move through time.
Yeah.
So Hit is about like as strong as you can get for time breakers.
Yeah.
So as you get stronger than Hit, everybody after that who's faster than him is faster than time itself. Jiren included, who literally took something that's supposed to be 10 times stronger than a time skip and literally just walked it the fuck off.
Yeah.
Whereas in the anime, the speed is what counted, not overpowering him and then breaking through. And there's also a different kind of time skip that's technically only seen in a non-canon, like, what are they called? Like the episodes that have nothing to do with the story.
Filler?
Filler. There you go. Yeah. In a filler episode, Hit was able to use a technique where he's still in the real world, like visibly, but in the dimension where time doesn't move as it is, and other people aren't able to like actually land a hit on him. And he was able to like crush a person's heart while still talking to him by barely moving his fist. And in that same episode, Goku got killed to that, and then revived himself with a ki blast that he shot up in the air earlier in the fight. And then with that Zenkai boost was able to beat Hit with that even more overpowered move with only Super Saiyan Blue and holding back. which kind of also shows you just how big Zenkai boosts are in the anime.
Yeah. So, by what you're saying is that Goku reached a speed that's faster than time itself.
Yes.
So, okay. So, that's another thing I was like, because he was able to get past hits stuff. So, in my video, I forget if I mentioned this in the video or not. I think I did. Don't quote me on it. But I think I said, I ruled that out because of that exact fight. Now...
I think in the video you mentioned that he went faster than time, and it would kind of be like Goku is moving faster than Alienx can think, but Alienx can take his blows long enough to where Ben and the masks can decide what to do.
Well,
if Ben can even get the masks on.
So that's the thing. So in Alienx, there's, I forget their names, but it's basically the voice of Discord, the voice of Harmony, and the voice of Reason. Ben being the voice of Reason. All the voice of Harmony and voice of Discord want to do is argue. So Ben convinced them to give him the keys to Alienx, to where he has full control of Alienx, whatever he does. So Ben no longer has to consult with them. They're just like, oh hey Ben, yeah, here's the keys, and Ben has full control. So Ben no longer has to consult with them.
I think I watched that episode because he got full control and then he got his ass beat by another celestial sapien.
He was getting his ass beat. So I've looked at clips because when I was a kid, my dad cut off our cable for 10 years, and I was around when that version of the show was starting up. So I didn't get to watch it, but to my understanding, he was getting his ass beat before he got control, but then after he got control, he was able to put up a fight. He wound up winning, but it was a close fight. I forget the exact outcome, but he managed to pull through. But it takes another. But you have to keep that in mind. It was another Alienx that was beating the shit out of him. Yeah. So, but another thing Alienx can do is that he can make clones of himself, and not like Naruto clones where he can decide how much power one has. It's just like how strong main Ben is, clone Ben is also that strong.
Well, I mean, the shadow clone jutsu that Naruto uses, it's not that they don't have less or more power than him. It's the fact that if they get hurt, they vanish.
Not these.
If they get punched in the face, it doesn't matter how bad it is. I think it was in a filler episode, a sponge landed on one of their heads and they just poofed.
He's able to make. So I also did a video on Ben 10 versus Naruto. Naruto can make them as durable as he wants, but it takes up more chakra. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know that piece, because when he was in the Sage of Six Paths mode, fighting Madara, one took a substantial amount of damage before poofing away, which,
yeah, if
I remember right in the manga, but not the anime, it confused Madara for a second, because he thought he hit the real Naruto.
Yeah. And, but the Alienx clones don't work that way. It's not just a punch and they're gone. They're physical beings. But it's like a hive mind. They all think what Ben wants, and then they all disappear when Ben wants them to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, The only question for this is, because, I know that the Omnitrix will, if he's in danger, at least as far as we're concerned, for, the only, Azimuth probably has more safety features on there, hey, if even Alienx can't fucking handle this, loop you away to another fucking galaxy. But as far as we know, he only has the one that cycles through the aliens and picks the perfect one to do what they're doing, which happened in the last episode, which had Scourge with giving Ben a celestial sapien arm and using feedback to contain the Big Bang.
Yes.
So, but I also know that even that version of the Omnitrix, which is supposed to be the complete version and not the beta version that he originally had that updated in Alien Force and then broke and got the Ultimatrix.
Yeah.
But every single version of him, not all the time, gives him the right alien. So, unless if Goku is out to kill, what are even the chances that he gets Alienx?
So, as of right now, we don't really know why that is. Because Ben has asked Azimuth, why the fuck am I turning into these aliens? And so far, the reason he gave us, he didn't really say it was the reason. He just said quit hitting the dial too hard. So to our understanding, he's hitting the dial too hard.
That's what I thought until I watched the Kuro the Artist video, who, if you know who he is, he's like probably the big mega brain of the Ben 10 side. Because he watches more Ben 10 than I think he breathes air. But he was trying to analyze that scene closely to see, and specifically watching like subtitles and listening to Azimuth, that part about him hitting too hard was specifically about the timer.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I looked him up. I know exactly I haven't seen all of his stuff. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I will say that for the most part, when it comes to selecting Alienx, every time Ben has wanted Alienx, the Omnitrix has given it to him. Because the Omnitrix is somewhat sentient. It's not completely sentient, but it's somewhat sentient. Like, it can't...
Yeah, it's got an AI in it.
Yeah, it's got an AI.
Ben's hand around after it got severed off of him.
Yeah. So...
And that was making me think during one of the things, like... Because somebody in the comments was arguing that, like, if Goku even stood close to Ben in, like, a god form, it would immediately pick Alienx for him. Because of how the AI is so smart. And then I remembered that, hey, does the Omnitrix even have, like, a safety protocol to protect itself? Because as far as we know, it's only to protect Ben. So if we brought, like, manga Goku in, who has Hakai energy and can actually use it, which almost erased half of Zamasu before he put Mai in front of himself.
Yeah, to my knowledge...
Can try and save itself from the Hakai energy, because once it gets hit, it's done.
That's if it gets hit, and to my knowledge, the Omnitrix... So people like to go back with the, the death battle logic, which defied its own logic, because they said the Omnitrix will automatically pick an alien for Ben to protect them, but then they immediately went back and showed Green Lantern cut off Ben's hand so he couldn't turn into an alien, which defied what they did. So if Ben is in danger like that, then yes, it would probably turn into something like Ghost Freak, to where Goku couldn't touch it. You know what I mean?
Somebody actually asked me about, like, Ghost Freak, and then I remembered that there was an episode where, and it was the same person who was arguing about how One Punch Man could solo Alienx and Goku in, like, a 1v2 match, and I was just like, go fuck yourself. And he was saying that he was a gag character, and I remembered that, like, Hakai energy and people who are as strong as Gods of Destruction can indeed touch and harm ghosts and gag characters.
Yes, they can, because we see Beerus destroy a ghost.
Yeah.
So
he destroyed a ghost, and Arale was afraid of Beerus because Goku said, hey, that gag shit don't work on him.
Yeah, and but that's assuming Goku, whenever he's going to grab, let's say Goku does try to destroy the Omnitrix for anything. That's assuming Goku is using that power to destroy it. If he's not, and he's just trying to grab it and crush it, because that's Goku's ape brain, then the Omnitrix will turn to Ghost Freak, and he'll just be crushing a fist at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that at that point, Ben could probably possess Goku with Ghost Freak, but I don't think that would work.
He probably could for a little bit, because, like, I know Ghost Freak can't, like, possess, like, people with extremely good, like, brains.
Yeah,
so
mental prowess, but this is Goku we're talking about.
Or Vegeta. But Goku has overcome mental attacks, even if it took him a while.
Yeah.
Because when he first got hit by a ball of Hakai energy by Frieza,
mm-hmm.
like, that was all in the mind. Like, even people like Golden Frieza can easily just go, hey, Hakai energy, mine now.
Yeah.
And Goku struggled for a little bit because he didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah.
But now he's way stronger than he was there, which he was stronger than the Frieza who did that. But like with Hakai energy, there's another like deviation because there's like balls of it that shoot out like normal blasts, but there's also an invisible version of it. You can see it in the anime when Beerus is destroying the present day Zamasu, and you can see it in the manga when Goku uses it against fused Zamasu and tries to use it against infinite Zamasu, where it's invisible, you can't see it at all, and it becomes undetectable until it starts destroying. But once it hits its target, it's not gonna let go unless if something else gets in front of it.
Yeah.
Which like something the Omnitrix, if he was like holding it up to like scan Goku, and Goku was just gonna be a dick and go Hakai, if it stays there for like 3 seconds, then unless if he like covers it with his other hand, that Omnitrix is probably going to become dust.
Yeah.
But I know he wouldn't do that because of his personality.
Yeah, he would not do that. But that's why I was like, nope, only Alienx. It's every other alien. There's some Dragon Ball bullshit that can stop it. Cause I like the
people ask about Atomics, and I was like, is Atomics even planet level? Because last time I checked, he was as strong as a nuclear bomb, and Dragon Ball is like well past planet level. Because the first planetary threat was Piccolo, and his power level was like 300.
Okay, so Atomics is the Alienx fusion thing, right? Because I'm looking at a picture. It looks like it's a fusion. Is this? No. It's
like the.
He gets fused with Alienx. Okay.
He gets fused with Alienx because of Scourge.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, he gets fused with Alienx. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not a fusion. Okay. They just look so similar.
He's not even technically a living creature. He's more like Upgrade, where it's like
it's a program.
System AI that he can scan it like it has DNA.
Yeah. Yeah, this alien is above my pay grade because I haven't seen an episode with him in it yet. That's why I was just like, is he the fusion thing? But no.
He's at least as far as like the entire internet's concerned, it's Ben's at this time second strongest alien.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And like as far as I'm also concerned, he's only like as strong as a nuclear bomb, which gives you a big difference between him and Alienx.
Yeah.
Because if he's as strong as like the bomb dropped on Nima or like Tsar Bomba, that's nowhere near like.
That's nowhere near. Yeah, that's not gonna destroy a universe, buddy. So, one argument that I had with Alienx versus Goku is, to me, Goku is a planet buster. It's easy to see Goku's a planet buster. I don't think.
That by this point.
Yeah.
But
So, but Goku, I don't think has the power like to Thanos snap and destroy a universe. He could do it, but it'd take a lot. Am I correct in saying that?
It would take a significant amount of power, but at this point, if he snaps his finger with enough power, it probably could do it, because him powering up into Super Saiyan Blue shook the entire world of Void, which is an infinite space of nothingness.
So, my argument was, Alienx, like you said earlier, Alienx took a bomb called the Annihilarch that was able to just completely wipe out the universe and not a scratch on him. And he was like, it wasn't like, oh, he was in a distance. No, he was standing right like this.
Yeah, I saw that episode, and then I remembered watching one of your videos where you said that he was like completely immune to energy attacks. So I was like, that disintegration of the universe is similar to a Hakai, and probably had energy behind it, which is probably why he didn't have a scratch. That, or he has like the universal plus durability. But again, like Goku being a universe buster in Dragon Ball means he's 5 times the universe buster in like Ben 10's universe. Because
So
if you explain the macrocosm and exactly how that works, I can, to show you how big a Dragon Ball universe is.
right. Now, one thing that I learned, because I did a little bit of research for making the 10-parter that I did, so one thing that I learned, and this is what was just like, holy shit, I need to not bring Alienx into this series unless I absolutely have to, because he's just that broken. Alienx, unless he has to abide by the universal laws to an extent. And the reason I say that is because Alienx is able to change the laws of physics of the universe he's in. Unless that universe's law is Alienx does not work here.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, let's say he went to Superman's universe, right? And Superman, as you know, gets powers from the sun. Alienx can make it to where Superman no longer gets power from the sun, but gets powered by kryptonite, something he actively avoids. And we know canonically, if Superman is underneath the red light to where he doesn't get the power from the sun, he is weaker than Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
So, he can do that. So that's one thing I was just like, oh shit. He can make it to where, like, Saiyans are the weakest warriors in the universe.
Yeah. But I mean, again, like, even with full control, good job thinking about that when this man is moving faster than time.
Yeah.
I think the biggest argument I saw out of my comments for like Alienx versus Goku is Alienx stopping and reversing, like immediately as he transforms, stopping and reversing time in order to give him time to think and prep. And I was like, but isn't that giving Ben prep time? And we're not supposed to give him prep time. And he was like, yeah.
That's somewhat of a loophole, because the way Alienx's thinking process works, it can think. So it can choose on how things work. Like, for example, in Alien Force, when Ben first turns into it, there's still a timer on the Omnitrix. Like, it's still the beta version, so there's a timer. I think they said it's 10 minutes.
It kind of differs, because there's a few episodes where he's in there for hours, some where he's only there for a couple of minutes, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's about the 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's around the 10. Most people say the 10-minute mark. Well, the reason Ben didn't turn back into Ben in Alienx was because Alienx didn't want the timer to run out, so he just made the timer infinite. Like, he just said, nope, we're not turning back. The timer's not even going to go off. It's just going to sit here. And the only reason he was able to go into a different alien is because he was able to trick the other two to turn him into a different alien. So
I think it's one of the funniest parts of Ultimate Alien, because like when Gwen and Kevin give him the keys to unlock Alienx, and he transfers into it, Professor Paradox just walks in, grabs him, and leaves. And I was like, wait, couldn't Goku do that? Because his instant transmission is instant. And if he turns into Alienx, and those masks plus Ben are somewhere off in the distance, because they showed that they were technically inside of the universe, he could just go, hey, what's that?
So
a lot of people mistake like instant transmission for just light speed, like
no, it's just you're here, then you're here.
Instant. So like, again, going with like the if Goku was a dick and wanted to crush the Omnitrix, him using instant transmission is instant. Like, there's no reaction time for even something as smart as the Omnitrix until he like already grabs it.
Yeah.
Now
that's something for like in the Resurrection F, where he got to go back in time and knew what was gonna happen.
And that was one of the, somebody was arguing. I think it was one of the people that was like, oh, One Punch Man, blah blah blah. People in Dragon Ball haven't even gotten past planet level, and I was just like, but Frieza and Raditz and Vegeta, and he was like, when did Frieza blow up a planet?
And Krillin! Fucking Krillin went toe-to-toe with a Super Saiyan Goku! That's dumb as shit!
Yes. He went toe-to-toe with a Goku in a frog suit, which was extremely heavy.
No, I'm talking about Super, when Goku had God Ki, and he went toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan 1 Goku.
Yeah, and then later, him and 18 went up against the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, again using the excuse that he can hold back even more, after a filler episode where we see Goku get hurt by a bullet for the first time because he didn't train for a week.
Yeah.
Which was really stupid.
Yeah, I would say that's very dumb. And I want to bring in the Paradox thing you said, because Paradox, he didn't just instantly transform. The only people who can go in there are, I forget the term, they're not omnipotent. You don't have to be omnipotent, because Paradox isn't omnipotent.
I think it was Paradox told it to Gwen. The only people who can travel through space and times are immortals and idiots. And I'm an immortal. What's your excuse?
So, well, he said that to be a smartass, but there's a legitimate reason. And even then, the two masks, Paradox went in there. He didn't get in there just to get Ben. He got Ben out of there because the Discord and Harmony masks were like, yeah, we need to get rid of this guy. Let's annihilate him from existence. So he pulled Ben out so he wouldn't die either. Because he was trying, the real reason he was in there, he's trying to help Ben persuade one or the other to help him out with whatever they're trying to do. I can't remember the exact moment what they were trying to do with them.
They were trying to get over to...
Oh, the Alienx planet.
Alienx would be born because the one was trying to absorb it.
Yeah. So he was trying to get them to do that, but Paradox was trying to help him persuade them. And they're like, nope, you gotta die. So he pulled Ben out of there so he wouldn't die. Not Ben wouldn't die, but Paradox wouldn't die. So I lost my train of thought talking about that one. But so yeah, Goku, like you said, if he really wanted to, he could break the Omnitrix, but if he doesn't know what it does, he's not going to worry about it.
I mean, once he sees it scan him, he's probably going to get excited.
He's just going to get excited and be like, oh yeah, let's fight.
Well, give him 3 minutes of downtime so they can figure out where the fuck it is and the rest of the hundreds of millions of aliens that are in the
He won't get the Omnitrix says Ben will have an idea of what he wants. The Omnitrix is like, oh, it's like, here's a close adjacent spot, and then Ben turns to it.
There was actually some decent, like, discussion against me and somebody who was actually agreeing with me that Goku would win about what Ben would look like as a Saiyan. Because he was convinced that, like, he'd look exactly like Goku, which a lot of people seem to, but because of how close Saiyan DNA is to human DNA,
it's able to just look like a buff Ben. Ben 10K.
Look buff because some Saiyans are like super fucking skinny and some are super fucking fat. And
but that's we're talking about Saiyan in their prime as well, so.
Yeah, but even like some of the strongest Saiyans, like at the time King Vegeta was like one of the strongest Saiyans, and Prince Vegeta was technically stronger than him. They were like flat, no muscles at all.
So.
But I would think he'd just look like his normal Ben, but you know, the Omnitrix in the center.
Yeah, like Ultimate Ben. We're lagging a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
There's also the thing that we're using like a what age is he at the end of
on the end of Omniverse he is 17 or 18.
Okay, because a Saiyan hits their prime at age 20, like the prime of their life. They do not age from age 20 to age 80.
Yes.
So technically, if we waited for a 20-year-old Ben, or like aged Ben up to 20, but like kept all of his like aliens and skills like just temporarily, then he would probably hit the absolute peak of a Saiyan. Because Saiyan and a teenager Saiyan don't advance as much, because we see more of Goku's advance in just like a few months worth of training after he's like, I think he's like 23 in the Frieza saga. Right now he's like 44-ish. But as he's a kid, like he's doing more grueling training, and he's not like getting like a whole bunch of like ups or boosts or whatever. Because I think the biggest boost in all of the original Dragon Ball was him drinking the Ultra Divine Water.
Yeah.
Which poisoned him and then gave him a Zenkai boost.
So you say you wait to 2 years. The Omnitrix, we know if the prime of that alien starts at adulthood, it'll put him as an adult, and we know this because in the original Ben 10, when he was 10 years old, he turned into Four Arms, was talking to Four Arms' species, who had a princess, which by what we know is an adult, and she couldn't tell the difference between Ben's forearms and the kid Ben. So the forearms he was in was an adult, unless that princess is into some stuff that would get her involved with Chris Hansen.
I mean, I guess the rule for that is kind of weird because Azimuth kind of, or at least the writers using Azimuth in like one of those like tips and tricks things that like pop up at the bottom, say that they put Ben at an age of that, or at least at the cosmic age of that alien, because like he was able to be an accelerate, and the accelerant species, like they can only live for a few weeks at a time, but he can keep turning into one.
Yeah.
Whereas like you said for like forearms, maybe something in forearm species is different to where they're like considered an adult like at an earlier age, or they grow up faster. But something like a Saiyan, again, is more human, and as far as we know, the oldest Saiyan to ever live was like 120, which is about the same as like the oldest man alive right now.
Yeah.
So we know that Saiyan's lifespans are about the same, if not the same, as a human. So his cosmic age would probably be around the same, unless for some reason, say, Saiyan's cosmic age is 2 years older than an Earthling's. That way, Ben is now in his prime, because even though he's 18, now he's 20.
Yeah.
When he transfers.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of the other power, because, like I said, Alienx could just turn the universe into whatever he felt like. So, like, the universe you put him in, it gives him no buffs or no nerfs. Alienx would just be like, yeah, this universe now makes you literally the equivalent of a worm. So, and like you say, he has to be able to think of that. I think the original argument was like, he can choose how long time works in his favor. So, like, the time it takes for Goku to move his fingers to his forehead to activate an instant transmission, they could have thought it in that time. Like, for us, it's a second, but for them, it could have been hours in their mind.
Yeah. Or, like, if they were standing right next to each other, and, like, Goku was powered up all the way, full on Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20, like, right now up next to Alienx, and he starts thinking, like, how much would you have to slow it down in order for Goku to be like moving at normal speed, let alone barely be moving at all?
Yeah.
This one is way stronger than the Kaioken times 10 that was fast at the time itself.
Yeah.
So first he'd have to think about slowing it down, and then he'd have to like keep recalibrating to keep like Goku's speed like at a minimum so that they have enough time to think.
I think at that point, Goku would kind of do the monologuing thing he does, and he's explaining his Saiyan transformations. Mm-hmm. So, like, he'd be like, this is Super Saiyan Blue. Then Ben goes into Alienx. He's like, I can tell you're pretty strong. Let me get stronger. And the moment he says, let me get, that's when the gears start turning, and the Alienx's mind be like, huh, he's probably going to say stronger or let me get something. I should stop him. Because it's hard to say whenever, like, in personality-wise, because, like, you really, unless the two writers combine and agree this is what would happen, we don't know what Goku would do in that instance.
I mean, you can kind of infer with his childish nature, but if we were taking, like, the end of Z Goku, who's a lot more, like, serious, it would definitely be different. Because if we took end of Z Goku and gave him all the powers and knowledge that were in, like, Super, he'd probably be going, oh, hey, you look a bit strong, but nothing I can't handle. He goes Alienx, oh, looks like I might need to start trying, or I might not win this. Meanwhile, Super Goku, Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. That's my quote as a super. Everyone went down a few brain cells. But
Except Vegeta, Bulma, and Trunks.
yeah. So I think at this point, I still think Alienx is capable of being Goku. If they were just raw powering each other, like didn't care about destroying each other's advantages, whatever, I think it would be close.
Compromise of like, hey, we're gonna clash fists. Whoever gets like pushed back more than a few inches loses.
Yes, I think at that point, if you're just using the raw power, Goku, it'd be close, but I think Goku would win. However, the way that Alienx works, I still think anyway, he could make an infinite amount of clones, where not only does Goku have to worry about one Alienx, he has to worry about a million of them. He can just create a black hole. I have yet to see Goku fight a black hole.
He has not fought a black hole, but Whis has special training suits for him and Vegeta, which have been stated about the gravity of a falling star, which is a star about to go into a black hole. And we saw him and Vegeta jumping around in those like it was nothing. But that was post, like, Res F, because that was in the middle of Res F and Universe 6v7 tournament.
Yeah. That's the weight of a black hole. I'm talking like being pulled, stretched infinitely, dying a possible horrific death via a black hole.
We know that, at least from his Super Saiyan 3 transformation, that if you become strong enough, you can have your own gravitational pull. They actually used that in something called Dragon Ball Multiverse, which, although is a fan thing, actually used that from the anime. To where, like, Vegeta, when he went Super Saiyan 3, the around him started, like, pulling up and making, like, a ring, like, around Saturn around him.
Yeah, I've read a lot of Multiverse. I remember that scene. But yeah, so by that logic, he can handle the weight, and once he can get his own gravitational force, which...
Oh, wait, he could fight a black hole. There's a character called Yakan in Dragon Ball Z. He is a character that can absorb like all light and matter because he lives on the edge of the universe where no light exists, and with just Super Saiyan 2 was able to give him enough power to blow up.
Oh, that guy! This guy!
He was one of Babidi's minions. Who was weaker than Dabura, who was stated about as strong as Cell, who's like solar system level.
So, Goku has fought a black hole, but still, there's
something similar, and he has literally fought a black hole that
eats
everything.
Yeah. So that debunks that. I wouldn't say that debunks that argument, but there's still the million Alienx theory that I came up with, where he has to fight all of them at once. But Goku has handled a lot of opponents at once, but like comparative to Jiren at the end of Super, can you imagine if Goku had to fight 1,000 Jiren at once? Just him, no Frieza, Vegeta, or 17 backup?
But I mean, at least then, like, again, like personality-wise, like, Jiren only fights one-on-one.
Yeah.
Except for Goku, Frieza, Vegeta, and 17 quadruple teamed him. But he's typically, like, fighting. So, like, it's like if he had, like, fought as Atomics, and Atomics was strong enough to handle with Goku. Like, Atomics has that kind of pride.
Yeah.
And so do Saiyans. Because pride plays a lot of work in Dragon Ball games.
Yeah. But I'm putting it in the scale of, like, Jiren said, fuck that, 1,000 of us are fighting you. Which is Ben's philosophy at that point. If Ben feels like it's going to take 1,000 Alienx's to beat this man, he doesn't give a fuck. He has aliens like Echo, and Ditto. He doesn't give a damn.
Somebody actually brought up the Echo, and Ditto thing. And it was like, what if Ben split, like, because we know he can de-transform from those.
Yeah.
But from the episode where he did from Echo,
they all had different personalities.
So, and that was what was wrong, which is why I pointed out, because I said even if Ben turned into a million of them and then turned back and turned into every single alien he has, like every single one of these Bens has a different personality and a different way of thinking, a different way of fighting. Maybe one just wants to sit in the back and observe. Maybe one just wants to rush in as a head-on fight, whatever. But like, you would need a one collective Ben.
Yeah.
In order to have it efficient.
Which would be Alienx.
Yeah.
Alienx is cloning.
Yes. Alienx is cloning. Although I will admit, if he had to fight like a million Alienx's, they'd definitely give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
But then again, Goku. Okay, let's say they both start off transformed into their most powerful state. So Ben is Alienx, Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. They're standing 10 feet away from each other, just having a casual conversation. They just hear some almighty voice in the sky just say, "Fight." By the time that sound hits the both of them, something's gonna go on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You don't know who the fuck's gonna win until the smoke settles.
Yeah. I will say.
And they're like,
Because it's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those things in my mind. There's a few key things that Alienx has that if he didn't have this, Goku would win. Like I would say this, if Alienx was not allowed to do it was just raw power, right? If they weren't allowed to do anything more than a raw power, I think Goku, be it close, it would be a damn fight. Like it'd be like the end of Super close, but I think Goku could win. However, because of those techniques and powers Alienx has that I think he would win.
Although there is one thing Goku has up his sleeve that could make him win regardless.
What is that?
He has a technique that was taught to him by Master Roshi called the Mofuba.
The Mofuba?
Yes. It is a sealing technique.
That! Yeah. That only works on evil people, though, does it not?
Oh, it works on more than just evil people, because Frost was able to copy it and use it on Vegeta, who at that time was not evil. And even though it's called the evil containment wave, it can good people, evil people, hell, it even sealed a turtle. It's the spirit bomb that was originally thought to only work on evil people, and then turns out like it may be more effective against evil people. There's a few techniques like the Devil Might Beam that instantly, if it hits you, all of the evil in your heart crushes you under your own weight.
Yeah.
So if somebody like Devil Might went up against Alienx, and Ben was thinking of some naughty stuff at the time, and he got hit by a Devil Might Beam and was able to be affected by Ki, which for some reason the evil containment wave isn't considered Ki because it's an ancient sealing technique. Now
that's one thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but you're talking about that. That's one weakness that I will give Alienx. Just like Superman, Alienx is susceptible to magic. So like if Goku has like traditional magic, it will work.
Yes. The Mofuba is considered more like magic, but I don't think it has a specific like energy source like magic. Because we also know that Tapion from the Revenge of the Dragon movie can do something similar just by playing as Ocarina and sealing somebody inside of it.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure that one is magic because he's a sword magician.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the Mofuba, and it also shows that since Frost was able to take Roshi's and turn it around, it doesn't take Ki at all. Because if he was able to turn it around, then he would have to have, if it was Ki, he would have to have a stronger power than that. But the Mofuba has shown to work on many people, one of which Roshi used on even earlier in the Turn of Power, who was stronger than Frost, because he was just able to put him in a bottle and throw him off of the stage. And as far as we're concerned, that lasts forever, or for at least as long as the sealing paper on it
Yeah.
works. So if Goku's just gonna sit there for 300 years and wait for it to like crumple off and then put a new seal on.
Yeah.
I don't think would
No, I don't think he's gonna do that. Hey, give me 2 seconds. I will be right back.
I
Hey, brother, you still there?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I had some important matters come up. Long story short, my roommate had a statue ship here, and it shattered.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's like his most favorite thing in the world from home. Like he bought it in Mexico, he and his dad, and they shipped it here, and it's shattered. So I gotta go take care of that. So I'm gonna wrap stream up a little bit early.
If we want to talk about more, I can probably do it tomorrow in the afternoon if you're out for it. Were there any like viewers or whatever that were asking questions or whatever?
No, not really. I'm a small streamer, so I don't get viewers all that often. I stream it and then I post VODs to YouTube. So I'll probably post a VOD and also a highlight thing over to YouTube.
Yeah, because I was wondering if they had any like questions or whatever, because there's a lot of like common misconceptions about things like I think one of the biggest ones I saw was if he scans a Saiyan, won't he be able to fly?
No, that's a technique. He hasn't learned that. It's not It's not Superman where they automatically do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you go. I'll keep in touch though. All right.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. Everybody came out. I'm sorry. I gotta take care of this. Thank you for coming to stream. I'll talk to you later.